messing with some raw dudes, wrestling, talking, raw views, previews, recaps, and interviews. Definition of professional, tell me what you expected though. Facts are checked when information's collected, yo. We body slamming all these wrestling brands, but of course that's the case when A&T's on hand. We going head to head, this ain't a ratings war. Now's your chance to chat with Steven, what you waiting for?
Welcome everyone to another episode of Raw Views. My name is Steven, and this might be the second time you've heard this intro today because I just dropped the AEW Dynamite review recap, breaking down everything AEW. So if you're looking for that, after this, you can just go into my channel. It's right there. It's already uploaded. You can check it out. Or maybe you've already listened to it, and now you're here to listen to me break down NXT, because I think NXT tonight, and for the third week in a row, was clearly, undoubtedly the better show. And I might have a bias towards that because of the way I like my television shows laid out and formatted, and that's something I'm going to dive into right here in the beginning. But first, let's get all the other stuff out of the way, right? Because you've already hit subscribe. If you haven't, I'll wait. Do it now. Did you click it? Did you miss it? Okay. You got it? Cool. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy the show, hit the thumbs down. Whatever. Comment below. Let me know what you thought of NXT tonight, because tonight was an absolute masterclass of storytelling and putting together a television show that worked, that told a story throughout the night and had other stories layered in throughout the show. We opened the show with Adam Cole and Finn Balor getting into the arena, right? Setting the stage. This is the most important part of the show tonight. You know this because they come back to it, and then they have the main event. So they have clearly laid out for you, here is our main story of the night. It is Finn Balor, it is Adam Cole, and then everything else that touches them is also important, as we'll get to later. But then we go to William Regal. William Regal unveils the women's tag titles, the new women's tag titles. We also get a 2-night takeover. By the way, just to let you know, I already knew that was going to be the announcement. I can still scoop when I need to. But anyway, he unveils there's going to be a 2-night takeover. He also unveils the women's tag titles, which, by the way, look great. Or, as I would say on Twitter, they look dope. But anyway, we get that unveiling, right? And then we get a match with Shotzi and Ember, right? So now we have 3 more segments. So you have that for the NXT women's tag titles. You have the middle segment, which is going to be the actual match. And then you have another segment when we come back from commercial break. The new champions are walking through backstage, and you have Indy and Candice upset about it. And you could see them visibly upset during the announcement right up front, kind of glaring at everything going on. So again, we have another story that is getting multiple segments throughout the show. Then on top of that, you have the first match of the night, which is Toni Storm, Io Shirai. Io gets the win. She is going to come back later in the night to challenge Raquel Gonzalez, who just lost the tag titles. We're going to get to all that. The purpose of this is, this show was a masterpiece with putting together stories, making it all feel like it works. NXT was not a chore at all to get through tonight. Everything on this show made sense. Everything was important. So let's go ahead. Let's get to the ending, because much like AEW's ending, which I said was a chef kiss, this NXT ending was a chef's kiss. Why is that? Because you've built it up all night long. You built it up. Had so many people saying, I feel like Adam Cole is going to be the new champion. I feel like Adam Cole is going to be the new champion. You have Barrett, who makes mention during Cole's theme song. Is that Adam Cole's theme, or is that the Undisputed Era theme? And you also have Adam Cole, who mentioned on Ryan Satin's podcast, which he dropped today. Brilliant little bit of work there between Satin and Cole and WWE and NXT and everybody. Kudos to you guys for that. Mentioning that. So are we going to get a new Undisputed Era tonight? Is he going to become the champ? What's going to happen? they did a masterful job of building this up throughout the night, making it feel very important, and then paying it off at the end. It looks like Adam Cole is going to get the win. All of a sudden, Balor gets a shot of energy, throws Cole to the outside, and out walks, not from the stage, but from the fan side, out walks Kyle O'Reilly in his best cut-off sleeve Triple H jean jacket, and he just stares down Adam Cole. Adam Cole looks like he's seen a ghost. He may have the best shocked or WTF face in all of wrestling. Balor gets the win. You have O'Reilly and Cole just brawling with each other, and it's super intense and everything. It all works, and they get pulled apart. Cole runs to the back. O'Reilly chases after him. You're left with the champ standing in the middle of the ring, just watching them, and then you hear him say, "What took you so long?" Camera pans over. With WWE, just as a hint for everybody, if the camera pans in really tight on somebody's face, more than likely when they spin that camera around, somebody's going to be in the blind spot. So, generally speaking, when I see that camera tighten up close to somebody's face, you know somebody's going to be there. Cross is there, setting up Balor's next feud, carry on Cross. So you already now have you have three major storylines pushing from tonight. You have Carry On Cross and Finn Balor. You have Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. You have Io Shirai and Raquel Gonzalez. Boom, just like that. Everybody thought they were just NXT's giving away everything tonight. They're not going to have anything for Takeover. How are they going to do it? How will they get people to subscribe to the network for $10 when they're already subscribing anyway for WrestleMania? Oh my goodness, I can't believe they're giving away this card tonight. And just like that, on the same night that they give this card away, they've already set the stage for the next one. Oh, and did I mention, by the way, they told a brilliant story throughout the night? Again, anytime that you can tell a main story and you can layer in other stories in a wrestling show, it works. It feels super easy to watch. And the reason why is your mind knows after you see that first segment of Cole and Balor, and then you see William Regal talking about the women's tag titles, and then announcing a tag title match later in the night, and then you see Storm and Io, and then we go back to Cole and O'Reilly. Your mind says, okay, this makes sense. This ties together because we're going back to that, and then we go back to this, and then we go back to that. It's my preferred format of a wrestling show, me personally, and that's not because it's WWE. That's just because it's most associated with television shows I like in general. I don't really like Saturday Night Live. Not that, not to say I don't enjoy some episodes, but I won't go out of my way to watch it. But I will go out of my way to watch a show that has really good storylines throughout. The Office is super successful because it tells a story throughout the season, but every individual episode has stories in every episode that helps push a even larger story throughout the season, right? Like this isn't a new concept. This isn't WWE's concept that they've patented, and because I'm a WWE shill, that I'm never gonna get paid by them and Vince's boots licking or whatever. This has nothing to do with any of that. This just has to do with my preferred taste in television. Lost, Private Practice, You, 13 Reasons Why, pretty much any drama, House, right? When I'm watching a drama, that's what I prefer. And when you watch one Monday Night Raw or NXT, the last 3 weeks of NXT have done this to perfection. But let's jump back into NXT, by the way. Let's jump back. I'm deviating way too far off course. You guys didn't come here to listen to me talk about The Office or Lost or any of them. You're here to me talk about. You are here for me to talk about NXT, and that's what we're gonna do. The women's tag titles. I kind of dig it because you get a shocking moment on television on NXT, which you don't really often get. You're already going to have two champions retain their titles. A lot of people were upset that that Regal gave those titles to Kai and Raquel, but within the story of why the titles were created, that's why they went to Kai and Raquel. So Regal says to them, we we're tired of waiting on WWE to fix this, so we decided to go ahead and fix it for you, right? You should be the women's tag champions. However, WWE's dragging their feet. We're going to go ahead and make the decisions ourselves here in NXT. Boom, here's your titles because you earned them, which is why we reached out to WWE anyway. So the story made sense. So I'm fine with them getting the titles because that all makes sense. Them losing the titles, I get it because you have to have Raquel face Aew, but I'm back and forth on that because I'm kind of in the Tony Storm should have dethroned Aew Shirai tonight anyway camp. Let me know if you are as well. I would have bet money that Tony Storm was going to win that title tonight, but we're headed to Raquel Gonzalez and Aew Shirai, and as I mentioned before, it all ties in together. The women's storylines tonight were just as flawless as the Undisputed Era, Finn Balor title storyline. You had the announcement of the tag titles. You had the announcement of the tag title match. You had the women's title match with Aew and Tony. You had the tag title match where Shotzi and Ember win the tag titles from Raquel and Kai, which, by the way, that was a great. Almost everything on NXT television tonight in ring was fantastic as well. But you get that, and then later on you get Aew challenging Raquel. So, and then I'm sorry. Before that you get Shotzi and Ember walking through the back with everybody congratulating them, and you have Candice and Indy looking at them, as in they should have those titles. And as I mentioned before, they were already kind of looking that way during the announcement. That all ties together so well. Like, that is how many segments is that? Let's go. The announcement, the announcement of the tag titles, the women's title match, the tag title match, the walk through the curtain afterwards, Indy, Candice. So we're talking 5 segments. The women who told a story all collectively together, kind of tying it all in together, 5 segments. That's fantastic storytelling. And I think if you count it out, Balor and Cole, I think each had a promo interview style pre-record segment. You saw them arriving to the arena. They had the main event, 4 segments for them. So 9 segments to help tell 2 or 3 stories and really help set the stage for you moving forward. No Cameron Grimes tonight, I don't believe. If so, I missed it. You got Pete Dunne winning, calling out. He's saying he's the best technical wrestler in the world, and he calls out anybody to come out and change his mind. You get some cool stuff with MSK dressing up as Fandango. You got they're really trying with the tag division here after it really falling off a cliff. The Grizzled Young Vets, MSK, and then Fandango and Legado del Fantasma. They're trying to make it work. I dig it. You should have MSK on your television show every single week. By the way, NXT was just a fantastic show. So if you listen to my E-Debut show, I said it was fine, and then it finished good. NXT was an excellent show. Period. And again, it has nothing to do with it being a WWE show. If Aew Dynamite would have had 9 segments, tell two or 3 stories throughout the night, and really build that anticipation that concluded at the end the way it did, I would have said it was an excellent show. But it's just the way I prefer my television shows, and it's. I asked you if you watched my AEW recap show. I asked them if you like the format of AEW. Let me ask you: do you agree with me when I ask or when I say this is my preferred way of watching a wrestling show? I much prefer this tight, layered storytelling throughout the night instead of it being skit, 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 or sketch, 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 sketch. But segment 1 has nothing to do with segment 7. NXT tonight, I'm very excited to see where we're going for this. We already know 3. We already know 3 spots. You can already pencil in MSK as well. They're going to get their tag title match. You can probably pencil in Candice and Indy getting a tag title match as well. So very interesting. Very interested to see where we go. The way only getting one segment tonight kind of surprises me because they've been super hot. I would not be surprised if both shows. I wouldn't be surprised if the viewership's super close tomorrow. Because again, I thought NXT rolled really well, very solid throughout the night. I don't think they're going to see their typical drop in audience and unable to pick it back up. I think they're going to stay pretty level. Whereas AEW, you didn't know that final segment was concluding the way it did, so I'm not sure if it's going to pick up. But my guess is next week's AEW number is going to be very well. Um, but let me know, what was your favorite segment of tonight? Did you enjoy the storytelling with the Undisputed Era, Finn Balor, the women, as much as I did tonight? Again, 9 segments told, 3 or 4 stories throughout the course of the night, and I dig it. I dig it a lot. Thank you everybody who has subscribed to the channel, who likes my way of breaking down these shows. It's different than everybody else. Everybody else is going to go, this was segment 1, this was segment 2, this was segment 3. Here's my opinion on it, or scream at you about it, or why you should or shouldn't like it. I'm just giving you what I think, but I'd love to hear what you think. Let me know in the comment section below. Did you love the way NXT was structured tonight? Because the last 3 weeks, in my opinion, has been 3 of the strongest weeks NXT has had since being on cable television. Period. If you agree, let me know below. Hit the thumbs up button. If you disagree, let me know. Let me know down below in the comment section. Again, if you want to find my AEW Dynamite recap, you can go ahead and go into my channel. You can find it that way. It should already be posted, especially by the time you've listened to this. More content coming this week. Plan on bringing you daily content like I have been. Had a couple things in my personal life go really well for me, so I had to take a couple days off a little bit, but back to deliver you daily wrestling content. You wanted an NXT show, you wanted an AEW show, I gave you both tonight. Check out, look for my Friday show. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I'll let you know on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at @view_raw. And until then, be awesome.